Hey, I just wanted to make you a video to recap for anybody that was out or for wanting to look back at something as cool as the recipe for a face that we made today. And I use the word recipe because if you can think of our human face that's looking straight at you, there is a recipe that if you can remember, you can draw it anytime. And the more you practice a recipe, right, like the better it gets. Like I can now make my homemade macaroni and cheese like without even looking at it. But it took me a long time. Now I just know what much cheese and milk and breadcrumbs and butter to use. Anyway, so here's the recipe for our human face, okay? We need 1 egg. Okay? We need 5 eyes. What? You'll find out. Okay? We need 4 pieces of face. Again, like what? You'll find out. We need our nose. We need 1 nose. And we need 1 mouth. But we have to add 2 lips. We also need a neck and ears and those other things that grow off of the top of your head, but we'll talk about it. The most important part is following the recipe, because if you start to add things at the wrong times, sometimes your cake will just... So a recipe's written in steps, so we're going to follow the steps, okay? When you learn to make something cuckoo crazy, like an abstract face like this, it is so helpful to actually know how to draw a correct, not abstract face, like Mona, okay? And I'm going to show you a couple things on her that we're going to do on here. All right, that's ready to go. Okay, so again, you guys already did this with me in class today. Hey, do it again, okay? I'm going to hang this up right here for you, so hopefully you can see it in the background. And here we go. Ready? 1 egg. Here's what it looks like. You have a brain up here. So you need more room at the top of your head than you do down here at the bottom. Bigger, smaller. It's just kind of how it works. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to do a Sharpie so you can see me. Ideally, a pencil's great because there are times when an eraser is a helpful tool for your drawing, not for mistakes, but just to take away like little lines or little spills, like when you're cooking, you have to wipe up the spill. So if we're making a recipe. Okay, so here's my egg. Now notice it's kind of like an upside down egg. When you get eggs at the store and they sit in that cute little carton in their little rows, they are the other way. So this is like 1 upside down egg. Check, I did that part. That part's done, okay? I guess in my recipe, whoops, I should put 4 pieces of the face. Probably should have went up here. I just broke my own rule because in order to know where your eyes go, you have to find the halfway point. We have to karate chop our egg in half. Okay? You have to make sure it's exactly in half. So one way I do that sometimes is I see with my hands how many hands are inside my egg. And it's like, you can see it's 2 of my hands and a little bit of extra, but it depends how big you draw it. Doesn't matter. Your egg could be this big or it could be this big. You still have to find a half. It still has half. Like this would be, a little egg cut in half. Or this one, which again, I have to like kind of put my body in front to make sure my lines are straight. But I'm just kind of thinking, using my hands to check my work. This is about halfway. Okay. So, for my recipe, I have chopped my egg in half. Now, any guesses of what goes on this line? And no shouting out the answer if you already know because you were in class. But it's the eyes. Seems strange. Usually the first guess is the nose or the mouth, because for some reason as humans we think our eyes are actually up here, but they're not. They're halfway. Look, top of your head, eyes. I'm not going to move. I'm going to freeze. Come off here. Go down. Look. My eyes are halfway between my egg. See that? All the stuff happens in the bottom half. That's where everything lives. Here's your brain. And maybe forehead wrinkles when you get old like I do. Okay, so here we go. We chop that egg in half. It can also be helpful to chop it in half again. So that part of the recipe, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 slices of our egg right down the middle. Again, doesn't matter how big or little you draw it. Oh, okay. This middle line right there where it crosses would be right here, right between the eyes. So I'm going to do my cross here. And now here's where on that part of the recipe I said we need 5 eyes. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to draw 5 eyes because that's like really weird. But watch. Here's a trick you'll remember. See that little tear duct in your eye? That like pink squishy thing? You put a finger there. You put your thumb gently on the outside corner of your eye. Okay? Now watch. I'm going to freeze my fingers like this. They're frozen. I'm going to measure. 1, 2, 3. It looks like there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes across. Because when you're looking straight on, you have to give that space. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Isn't that crazy? So the hardest part is deciding where that one first eye is going to go, and then you measure everything off of that. So I'm just going to put like a creepy football empty eye right here. Just one. And now I'm going to do that same measuring trick. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to tell me 1, 2, 3. Where the next eye has to be, and then also how big it has to be. The hardest part is making 2 eyes that look exactly the same, like on a human face, even though our eyes are never exactly the same. That's something we'll talk about after too. And of course, I'm going to have to adjust it and, add things. And we've got eyelashes and eyebrows and all those other things. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my face is actually going to come in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's going to come in a little bit too. So that works. If you can't tell, this is like some of my favorite stuff to do. Okay, so this looks a little bit spooky, but it's just the beginning of the recipe. Okay, so what's next? We have the 4 pieces, the egg. We did our 5 eyes. Nose. Another trick. See, what's so cool about this is once you have the eyes in the right spot, everything else just falls right down, and it's all underneath. So here, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to get really close to the camera. If I take, I'm going to use this pencil. Okay. Watch. Right where my nose attaches to my face. Look. Follow it up. It runs right into the corner of your eye. Look. This part, make sure your pencil's straight. Check it out in a mirror. Go do it. What? I know where to put it. Only I've got to karate chop this in half too. So from the eyes to the chin, I'm going to find that halfway-ish point. halfway-ish. Okay. And I'm just going to make a little mark. Now, it gets even creepier as we go. Right here, here. Here's that inside corner of my eye. So it's like I'm drawing this like box where my nose goes. But we don't draw this part. This is called the bridge of your nose. We don't draw that because there's actually like no lines. There's nothing to draw. It's just a bump. That's where we learn how to add shadows and stuff like that. But anyway, this is the part we draw. And if you put a pencil or a finger under here like you've got a mustache, you can see a little line that goes up and down and back up again. So I'm just going to go up, down, back up again. Almost like how you draw like seagulls far away in the distance. There's a bird flying, you know, and like just a simple bird way off in the distance. It's kind of like that. Just a little shape. And again, you know, you can draw the part where your nose attaches and stuff, and that part comes out a little bit. But we're not going to draw this stuff. Okay, this is part of your face. It's all just a beautiful shadow. See, it's a little less creepy now. Okay, next thing. Your mouth, because we have to find out where your mouth opens, and that is halfway between your nose and your chin. That's the part where your mouth opens like a puppet. Okay, so halfway, karate chop. It looks a little bit low, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay, and your top lip will go above that. Your bottom lip goes under that. But why do you know, like, you want to make it? We, as adorable as Muppets are, like, we don't have faces that look like this, right? We don't open and close like that. We have these cheeks that take up space. So let's try use our eyes again. So pencil to the corner of my mouth. Look, it goes straight up through my pupil, through the black part of my eye. What? Now, if you smile, still works. So, I don't have a pupil drawn in there yet, but with a straight line down, you can make your mouth any shape. I'm going to at least make him look like he's smiling a little, so he's not super scary. And then every one of us has what's called this little thing right here. It's called a philtrum, and it actually is like just this little like dent. We all have it right underneath the middle of our nose. Just like one of those bonus trivia questions at dinner. You could be like, hey, anybody know what this is called? And it's called a philtrum, okay? So that actually tells you what the shape of your top lip is. And then your bottom lip usually sticks out a little bit further. Everybody's lips are different, but everybody's mouth opens in the same way, but your top and bottom lip are unique, just like our noses and our eye color and all that stuff. This is where I start to get like, okay, let's get some pupils in here because, you know, he's getting a little like, okay. You get eyelids in here. So this is not the part that I'm so worried about teaching you. I want to teach you about where the stuff goes, like a set of Legos, following directions, following that recipe. Once you know this, like the this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, you will remember it forever. I didn't learn this till high school, so it makes me really excited to teach you guys this type of stuff. All right, so we need to be able to hear ourselves, right? So here's another pencil trick, top of your ears. Okay, let's see where they line up. I put the pencil on the top of my ear. Oh, you're kidding. It lines up with this like eyebrow bone I have right here. Crazy. So that means my ears are going to line up with the top of my eyes. And if I put the pencil back like a mustache and I go straight back, oh my gosh, that's where my ear attaches to my head. You can feel it. So, there it is. Mustache, line. Top of the eye, line. Yeah, that's right. Now you know where your ears go. Top. And that's right. Bottom of the nose. Like, it's crazy how it falls into place. So this is where now you can change the angle of your face as long as the top and bottoms don't move. You don't squeeze it in too much so that the 5 eyes across disappear. Like, you've got this, you guys. And now, before we go, like, this is, everybody's eyebrows are different. I could shave my eyebrows off right now and I would still have eyes. So all that changes. Let's look at 2 more things. Your neck. Most people tend to think that necks do this, right? Like, whoa, this guy's cute. I'm gonna try to bring him to life. But feel your neck. It comes out from behind your ears. Look at it. So it feels like it's huge when you're drawing it, but it's not. So it comes from behind your ears. But it's got like a little curve to it. You don't want to make it look like you're stuck on like a big tree stump or something. There's like a little bit of a little curve, and then your shoulders and all that stuff would come from here. We're not worried about that right now. I know it looks big. It's not. And then, just for perspective, I'll give you guys, give this person big pair of earrings would come, you see how you can start to build on this like a Lego person. And then here's the part that people always think is funny. Like, if you have hair, that your hair comes from the top of your head, right? It doesn't. Think about it. The top of my head is here. Look how much hair I have all through here. It's funny to think about. And I have a messy ponytail on the top, so yeah, that would come from up here. Gucci hair. But look, my hairline, it kind of swoop right here. That's right about here. Inside the egg is where your hair is. And it makes a big difference in your drawings. And you can see why a pencil is great, because then you can erase these lines that you had to make to help guide you. But this, my friends, is how you draw a realistic face. And then when you master that, look at halfway, top of the head to eyes to the chin. Her egg is in half, hiya. Her nose, half again. Mouth, half again. See it? Her neck comes from behind her ears. But once you really learn this part, it does so much for your drawings. You can do anything. And then, of course, this, my hair is going back because it's pulled up. So back in space, my hair would be back like this. If you have curly hair, the curls would show all through here. If you had a mohawk, it would come from here. So as cute as this person is, that is not real. Your hair doesn't grow from right here. Hi. It has, look at, you've got all this space. So practice it. Have fun with it. I want to use this. I'm going to thin this neck out a little bit. That all just comes from the back of the ears. But I just made a swoopy and another swoopy. And now, philtrum, remember? Philtrum. I can go in. And this is where I would start adding a lot of things that we can learn about together after. But whether or not we're going to make a gesture of this or an abstract collage of this, you know where everything belongs, so you can more truly abstract it. So, good job. Good job. Follow the recipe. Practice the recipe. And you can do anything, okay? I'm excited for you. I love teaching this stuff. And I will see you tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, I gotta find the button. Okay, bye guys.